Hi there, hello, I'm Magic Peter Kozlowski. So when I was little, I didn't really like art. So I got dragged around to a bunch of museums across the world, and I really dreaded it. We're going to a museum. I always equated with boredom and drudgery. So then one summer day we were in Philadelphia, and we're going to another museum. It was out of town, and it was the Barnes Foundation. When it was at the doctor's house. It was a big, impressive Victorian building. It surrounded by a bunch of trees and beautiful gardens. It had little steps up to the front entrance. The sun was shining through the trees and coming across, and it was going to be a really hot, humid day. So we were visiting our friend who lived in Philadelphia. She was our hostess, and so she asked my mom about me. So does he know anything about art? And I was 10 years old. I was not quite at the stage where I knew everything. That came about 5 years later. About 15, when I was about 15. So not really was my mom's reply. Not exactly true, as I had there was a Chagall print in my bedroom, and my mom had a framed Picasso print in her room. But close enough. So I thought, okay, well, here we go. We're going to get more education, right? Just what I need. So she took me by the hand, and she proceeded to give me a crash course on impressionism and art in general. So she was a little annoyed at this. So she's doing it quickly, and I had to pay attention and keep up. So from the Renoirs and the Cézannes and everything in between, I was just looking at this stuff, and I was in awe. And she said, "Stand close to the painting. Now back up." And then all these magical things started to happen. And I was conversing with the paintings. And these were not long conversations, more like short bursts as we went from one room to the next. And to this day I remember there was a Rousseau, a green jungle scene with a tiger in the middle and a bunch of other animals all around. And it was like I was there in the jungle looking at that tiger. I thought this is like the most incredible thing. And I thought, okay, well, I really need to learn how to do this. So I was never an in-crowd kid. I had red hair when I had hair. I had freckles, and I had my own ideas. So fitting in with a team structure or an organization was not really a go-to plan. I was an early entrepreneur, and the idea was to earn a bunch of money. And there's not really a school for doing that, and doing it with art was like, that was really not on the radar at all. Yet the art thing was always there, and the struggle became am I good enough for this? Is the idea I'm executing good enough? Can I execute it, and will people like it? And I found the internal struggle producing the art particularly challenging. So, one, you need to be distinctive. You need to say something in your own way. Two, it has to be, it's got to be good art. And, three, people got to see it. So, distinctive, say something, make it good, and get a bunch of people to see it, right? That's all. Yeah, piece of cake, right? But that was not really the wall that I hit. The wall that I hit was called avoidance. So I would do art, but I was deathly afraid to really show it. I would do a whole bunch of other things to avoid it. So I did things like I did a tech startup, I did an energy startup, an engineering consulting company, and ran that for a bunch of years, and a few other things. So finally, after many years, I was at the kind of now or never exit, and I got accepted to a big show in Toronto, and I showed a bunch of stuff there. Now, I knew it would be a disaster, and you know, sure enough, it was, and I didn't sell a thing. But I started to show the art by whatever means possible, and I got a bunch of awards, international awards at that, and some sales. But you know, I was not reaching enough people. So you know, I did the math in terms of how many people were showing up to the art shows and so forth. So listening to my collectors, you know, my customers, I discovered that I wasn't really selling art, and they weren't buying art. So you know, I kind of thought about that and said, what? They were buying something else, and they were buying that same emotion that I felt when I was looking at that Rousseau tiger in the jungle at the Barnes Foundation. They were purchasing that joy, and all I was doing was enabling an experience they could have over and over again and share with their friends. And that was just a little aha moment there. So now the plan is we're going to try to, you know, X that. Let's try to see if we can reach 1 million people with my art this year. 1 million people that I can bring that experience of joy through to my art. So what does that mean? That means getting out of my comfort zone, like right now. It means I got to produce more distinctive art, and I got to get it out there to more and more people so they can enjoy it, and that's kind of what it's about. So there's many challenges on this winding path. Luckily for me, creativity is not one of those challenges. Getting there out there, connecting with people, and choosing vehicles that have a higher potential to reach more people, that's the challenge for me. So what's the end result of what are we up to here? Well, it's still a work in progress. So have I reached 1 million people yet? It's, you know, this year. Did I make $1 million from my art? No, not yet. I still haven't reached 1 million people, but I'm working on it. And yeah, I'm, you know, a lot closer than I was last week. So what I found is when you follow your dreams, all sorts of obstacles come up, and a transformation, an internal transformation is necessary. And you know, most people, they will want the dream, but they will fight the transformation with everything they got. They will not want to move from where they are. So for me in the past, you know, I've experienced that. I moved and I've experienced success, but the transformations for me were not really where I wanted to go. Not who I wanted to be. Not who I wanted to serve or be with. So I changed the transformation mission to be about bringing joy to 1 million people with my art. And that transformation I'm liking already a lot more. Okay, thanks. Bye.